What's going on, people? My name is Antoine, this is ATM Tech, and welcome to the channel. So the last year or so has been pretty crazy, and chances are you spent more time than ever chatting online, whether it's been Zoom calls, Skype or Team calls, or maybe you've even picked up a bit of Twitch streaming, and you might have gotten by with the equipment that you already had lying around, but at some point you decided you want to upgrade your audio because that built-in laptop mic just isn't cutting it. Hopefully that's where the Blue Yeti X can come in and save the day. Now, just for your reference, I'm actually speaking to you on the Blue Yeti X right now. I'm not going to do any kind of post-processing to the sound. I may just boost the audio just so it's loud enough, but the sound that you're going to hear is the sound that comes straight out of the microphone. So the first notable thing about the Blue Yeti X is the fact that it is a USB mic. Now, USB mics are great for beginners because it's a one-stop shop. You just plug the cable into the USB port of your laptop or computer and then you're ready to go. You can then choose the Yeti X as your input mic on your chosen software. So the mic itself has a really nice design. It has a really professional look about it and will work well with any type of desk. Comes with its own built-in stand, which is nice and sturdy and heavy. You do also have the option of removing the mic from the stand and placing it onto a boom arm. One thing to note is that the mic is pretty heavy, so you will need quite a substantial boom arm to hold it upright. There's a lot of cheap boom arms on Amazon and eBay, but they definitely won't cut it. I would recommend getting Blue's own branded boom arm if you do want to go down that route. It is a little bit pricey, but it is built for the job. On the base of the mic is a micro USB port which you use to plug the cable into your computer. The fact that it's micro USB is definitely an improvement on the previous model, but I do think in today's day and age that it should still be USB Type-C. Also on the bottom is a headphone jack. This can be used to monitor your audio levels just to make sure they sound right. Moving further up the mic, you have a multifunction dial. This dial can increase or decrease your audio recording level as well as your headphone monitoring level. If you press it in, it also acts like a mute button with a red ring that shows when you are muted. So you've got a good visual cue if you definitely want to make sure you are muted. The little dots around the dial also show your levels in real time, which is quite cool and handy. So I've actually had to continue filming this on a separate day. So I was getting ready to tell you all about the special software that the Yeti X is compatible with that allows you to add effects, change the EQ and the overall sound of the mic to get your voice to sound just the way that you want it. What happened was when I downloaded the software, the program that I used to record this audio crashed completely, and then when I reopened it, it didn't recognize any input or outputs whatsoever, so I was unable to use my mic to carry on recording. Now, as far as I can tell, everything else still works fine. I can use my mic in Zoom, Teams, OBS, everything else. It's just in that one piece of recording software, Audacity, if you're wondering. In the end, I've had to switch over to Adobe Audition to record the audio instead. The software for the mic doesn't even recognize that it's plugged in as well, so I've been unable to have a play with it and tell you all about it, which is a bit disappointing because this software is a big selling feature of this mic. The idea is supposed to be that it's good for anyone who doesn't know much about audio editing and they can just get the sound that they want straight away. So that's a bit of a letdown. So coming back to the mic itself, it has 4 pickup patterns or 4 different ways or directions it can record audio. Now, my disclaimer, I'm not an audio engineer expert in any way, shape or form, so if I use any incorrect terms, please don't come for me. So the first one and main one is Cardioid. This is the one that you'll be using most often, whether you're going to be podcasting or game streaming. How it works, it basically picks up the sound in front of it in a bit of a fan-shaped pattern. For the most part, it rejects the sound to the side and the sound behind it as well. Then you've got Omni Mode. This is when the mic picks up sound in 360-degree direction. This is great if you want to speak into the mic, but you also want to collect some ambient noise as well. Next is Bidirectional Mode. This is great if you want to record a face-to-face conversation with 2 people, but you only have one mic. Picks up the sound directly in front and the sound directly behind. Then you've got stereo mode, which records sound in left and right channels, and honestly I don't know why you use it. I'm sure some people out there have a use case for it, but for the most part I'm not really sure why you'd want to use it. For me, I keep the mic in cardioid mode for 100% of the time. One thing to note with this mic is that it is a condenser mic. Condenser mics are great because they don't need much power to drive them. However, they do have the tendency to pick up noise from quite far away. So if you are in a bit of a noisy environment or if you're in a non-treated room, you are going to pick up some background noise. But because condenser mics do have a good range, you don't have to have the mic right up in your face. When you do have the mic too close, you're more likely to pick up the plosives or the hard P and B sounds, like Peter, Piper, Pictor, Pickled, Pepper, and all them things there. You can avoid that using a pop filter or a phone cover, but as I said, because it's a condenser mic, you don't need to have it that close, so it's less of an issue. So the question is, would I recommend this mic? I have been using this as my main mic on Teams, and I get complimented on my audio quite often. People always ask me why my audio sounds so good, or they want to know what mic I'm using. And in a world where everyone's using built-in laptop mics, it really helps you to stand out. The fact that it's USB and just plug and play is great for those that are just looking for something that just works with minimal effort. The software software issue that I had is a little bit disappointing, but the sound straight from the mic without making any adjustments sounds pretty good as is, so most people won't miss it. It's a high quality, sturdy build, and to be honest, as long as you look after it, I don't think you'll ever need to replace it for a very long time. And in the future, if you do want to take your audio to the next level, these Yeti mics are extremely popular and hold their value really well if you're ever looking to sell it. So this mic is a Yeti X. There is a slightly cheaper Yeti, but it has a bit of an outdated design. It doesn't have the LED indicators to see your levels, and the sound quality is slightly lower as well. I've had both, and I do think it's worth paying the slight premium on the Yeti X. Both are very good mics, I just think the Yeti X is just that little bit better. I've added a link in the description below where you can check both of them out. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, it's always appreciated, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and click that button. But again, my name is Antoine, this is ATM Tech, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.